I'm Anna Newell and I make theatre adventures for babies, for early years and for children and young people with complex needs. I've been making professional theatre for over 30 years now, and it seems that the older and older that I've got, the younger and younger my audience members have got. And in fact, the youngest audience member for one of my baby shows was 4 days old. Baby Groove is a 1970s inspired happening for babies aged 0 to 12 months. I remember reading what the definition of a happening was, and loosely there's music, there's images, but the heart of what happens is completely determined by who happens to be there and what they bring on the day. And that's kind of how the show works. So it's performed in this big purple tent. There are gorgeous, colourful images projected all over it throughout. And we sing gorgeous harmony singing all the way through, but everything else that happens is completely dependent on the 8 babies who happen to be there at any particular show. In 2018, I made a show called Sing Me to the Sea. It's a show for kids with complex needs, and it's performed in a hydro pool. So when you get your audience members and their adults and all of the performers in the water, some pretty extraordinary things can happen. And in 2020, it got even more extraordinary in that, for obvious reasons, we couldn't tour the show. So we hired a camper van and we took a dry land version of the show to individual families in their gardens, on their driveways. So we did the show with kids sitting in their own paddling pools. We did the show with milkmen driving past, and in one estate that wasn't quite finished, we did the show with workmen carrying giant panes of glass behind us throughout the show. 2022 is a really full year. It's a really exciting year. As well as Baby Groove, we have a show called Still Here, which is a physical theatre show for audiences aged 3 to 5 years, and is a beautiful live soundtrack with Baroque guitars. And the whole show is a way of us trying to look at some of the feelings that we've been having over the last couple of years and make sense of them. And then there's a tiny magical little show for younger children with complex needs that's full of tiny little lights and gentle music. And all 3 of these shows are touring a network of 8 venues across the country called the Network for Extraordinary Audiences. And we're also very excited that I Am Baba is going to be going to Canada this summer. Like lots of people, I got really into baking during lockdown, and turns out I can make really good bread and even bagels.